Yeah, yeah. Yo, new breed. What up, y'all? Want to do this is I just did a fifth pocket fifth my top fifth pocket carries or something like that. And so this is going to be my top 5 small, I guess. I guess I'm working my way up to, I guess, the bigger size of knives. I guess will be probably average and then large or something like that. I don't know, but so that's what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna do my top 5, but I'm gonna talk about some other ones that didn't quite make the cut. And yeah, so that's how we're gonna do it. Let's go. Let's get it. This one is honorable mention. This one I rode with for a long time. Love this knife, Kizer Converse or Kizer Converse, an Azo design. I use this one all the time. I didn't use an X-Acto blade for my paper function tests for my designs. I was using this one. I was like, I'm not gonna go get that. I have knives, and eventually I did go get one because I figured it would be better. And I did most of those with this, though. I probably did all those with this. I didn't get the other thing till later, the X-Acto blade till later, but this one was with me all day. That reverse Tanto, 154 cm on this one. I love this knife so much, and this is kind of around the size that all these are going to fall into. Very neutral handle on there. You can climb up on that flat. It's got this jimping. I find this jimping very useful. I've incorporated it in a couple of my designs. Incorporated? you know, uh, in a couple of my designs already. It is useful. I do feel it. It also slants kind of downward, so it is functional. It does stop you a little bit. You feel that traction, so it's nice. It's not very aggressive or anything, but it's useful. And then you got the jimping on the back there. So just wanted to talk about this one really quick. Nested liners. This one has a lot of stuff going for it, actually. It really does. Nested liners on it. This one was a very affordable. It was like 52, 154 cm. The thing that people probably would have an issue with is the blade to handle ratio. Just looks funky. But you get that handle and the very functional blade shape. Not overly thick, not overly thin. It's just right. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. Flat grind on there. Not a very dainty tip, but very thin tip though. Nice design, very functional. I love it. That's what I try to go for when I get designs. Not all the time. Some of them I just like some cool, crazy designs. I don't know. And but overall, I try to go for functionality. So these are gonna be the ones that didn't make the cut, and then I'll get into my top 5 and the ones that just barely missed. So the first one I want to talk about is the Appalachian Drifter 2. This is a Civivi design. See, this is one that's not the most functional blade shape. I mean, it is depending on the task, of course. That'll be what some of these designs fall in line. Like when you say not functional, it just depends on what you're doing. Is really what I mean. So, if you're doing some Amazon cutting, this one you got to get kind of higher on the angle for the tip. So that's where it's not gonna shine the most. But it's very very thin, so you can still get it. And the way the shape of the handle is, the butt right there, it helps. Feels good. Feels comfortable. But yeah, it's a very, very nice design. All of these, I love all of these, by the way. It's just some didn't make it for certain things, little things here and there. This one, the main reason is there's no lock bar access on here. There's none, and it's very, very tight. It'd be different if they had some nice little cutouts to where you could get in there. I'll have a good example of that on one of these designs coming up that made it pretty high in the top, in my top 5. And so yeah, that's what really it was a really big bummer on this one. The action is pretty awesome. You got the top flipper, you got the reverse flipper. Oh, if I don't fail it, you got it. So you got that. Very thin, like I said. Nice action, sleek design. Looks very very like it's just clean. The combination of the aggressive blade with like a gent style look. I don't know. I always like that combination. So this one just missed. Talked about it more than I meant to. The next one is the Civivi Sendy. So what is up, guys? It's a Ben Peterson design. And again, another, it just depends on the task. This is a functional blade shape. It's a spade blade. So I believe, used on the ranch, you're cutting something off, leaving a cow, or I guess not a cow, even leaving a bull very sad or something like that. So yeah, so it's a functional blade shape depending on the task. The handle, very comfortable, much like the Kizer Converse. Got that same kind of idea going. But, got kind of a, well, I guess, yeah, kind of a coffin style blade handle shape on this one. But very comfortable, nice action. The filler tab is good. That blue accent, that G10 liner spacer, a little lanyard loop for or lanyard post for anybody that likes that. But action is crazy cool with that little flipper tab. Keep forgetting I gotta hold up there, so that's cool. I like that. I have that on one of my designs. It might be coming, guys. It might be coming. I talked about something a little recently in my live stream, so I mean it is coming, but we'll see when. So something similar to that, actually, very cool. And I think I talked with when I bought this from Ben. I was telling him I have something like that coming. That I just thought it was very cool. So that's the Civivi Sendy. Again, just missed a cut. Trying to go fast. I'm trying to go faster, guys. Sorry. This next one up, I really love this one. Brad Zinker design. I love Brad Zinker. Just this one is probably one of my favorites, just because it has like the materials that appeal to me and with the style. It's just all together is put in here. I would like it if it were maybe, I don't know, carbon fiber or in all titanium. That'd be dope. But this one I'll take. I dig it a lot. That combination of the black with the JG10. This is mainly how I like my JG10 with with like black liners and the black blade. So this is a very useful design. The thing that what is it on this one? Oh, the reason on this one is just because of the blade shape. That's why it's not in top 10. But it's still very useful, and it's very thin on the Sendy. Sorry guys, going backwards, but look at how thin that is. That is wild. Just mad thin. So that, that is good. You can still use it. It's very function. You can make it function if you really need to. So all right, back to it. Back to it. So the reason this one didn't make it was that liner is very thin. So thin on that. And you can still be good. You got that flipper tab, that helps you put some pressure, but you're not going to be hard using any of these small knives. Not really, but I would like it to be able to handle more tasks and not be like feel dainty. And although it doesn't feel very dainty in hand, the contour handles, are great. It feels very comfortable, but then you get that liner and it's like, gosh, damn, how thin is that? It's very thin. Like scary thin sometimes. Like, but it can handle some light tasks, and so that's good, and it's very comfortable. It's a Brad Zinker design, so it would make it in my top 10 if it were some of those things were corrected on that. Thin on the blade shape also. So yeah, very nice. I dig this one a lot. The next one up didn't quite make it. I love a lot also. Civivi NOx. This one, whew. These next ones I think are going to be the ones that just didn't make it. Although, like I said, I love all of them. This one, the blade is just amazing looking. It looks so great. You got that nice choke up on this one. Just you can get up on there a little bit, and then the where your thumb lands, a nice flat spot, thicker. It doesn't get too thin to where it'd be uncomfortable right up here. So right up there on there, it just lands right there. It feels good still. When it gets, I talked about one recently, got too swedgy. Oh, during my live stream, what's it called? It's right here. You gotta turn it around. Sorry, the name's on the other side. It's a very affordable one. They always have on Amazon. The mini Praxis. It gets very thin up there, so when you choke up, it feels kind of disgusting. Too swedgy. Where your thumb lands. So this one's perfect on that. But just some beautiful blade shape. The grind it's beautiful. It feels great. It's a little thin, so if you bear down, you can feel that a little bit right here on the front, where it's chamfered. It's kind of angular on there, but feels good. Still feels good. It's not the worst at all by any means, but if you're using it a lot, you probably start to feel that more. But I love carrying this one. I carry this one a lot, especially in my pouch. Just rides so well, and in the pocket, just very thin. So that one's very cool. Just missed the cut. Next one, the Void, the Wii Black Void Opus or Opus. This one is so sick. I've been wanting this one for a while. This one I believe is also discontinued, but man, it's just so awesome. This one is the chisel ground one though. I wanted the regular one, but this was all that was available. Come on, give it to me. So if you can, if I can get it, you can see it. You can see it there a little bit. So it's wedged, one side is, not sharp, it's just flat right there. And this is the side with the grind. But still functional, this is, we got a flat or a hollow on this. Come here, you. Can you borrow me for a second? This is a flat. Yeah, it's flat. Maybe a slight hollow, just a hint. So the action on this is pretty sweet. The reason why this one didn't make it is this lock bar. This is one situation where there's no cutout over here on this side, but they did mill out this section right here. So they gave you some relief cuts for some milled out relief where you can get your thumb in there easily. So that's what's good. That's what's awesome. Thing that sucks is my finger meat gets in there, man. My finger meat and gets caught in between sometimes. So the action, when closing it kind of stalls. It gets stuck like right there, and that's because my meat's in there. So that one is why I just missed it. Otherwise, oh man, all day the handle's very comfortable, really really good. I love the way that feels. That's what she said. It's great. The action's great. It's very fidgety when your finger doesn't get caught. It is dope, and it's just a clean design. It's very thin. I like it when the blade's right in like that. If it's not flickable, I like when it's like just flush. It's just cool. I dig that. So that is this is a Justin Lundquist design, and okay, this one again just missed. This one's like right out the door. Just missed another Justin Lundquist design. This is the Kizer Feist titanium. They have a large. This one's just the regular. But when I saw this one, I was like, man, this is like an upgrade to the Kizer Converse. So that's what I liked when I first. Well, I just liked it overall, but that's what came to mind when I saw this. I was like, man, that's like that, but upgraded. So it's a little bit smaller. But yeah, this is just the blade shape that's got that nice stonewash. So what is a W? I didn't notice that W on there. I think because of the sheep's foot, maybe. I don't know. Because I think reverse tonsil sheep's foot, I guess same thing. Uh, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I think it comes as a drop point originally, and so I just really liked it. The action's good. It's not crazy snappy, but functional. You can get it out of there. It's not you see it's a little light, so that is also disappointing. And the other thing that or the main thing that get this out of the top five is the round is just really soft on that very top part. So when you go to front flip it, you can't slip off. Sometimes you gotta really get in there. Like you gotta push your thumb right on the right spot because sometimes, especially with this one, you don't have to do all these things. It's not really you don't have to do that. So this works just fine. But if you wanted to open it this way, if you felt like it doesn't catch as well, and sometimes you can slip off that way, but not always. So this one just missed the cut. The handle, oh man, everything's softened. I love that. It feels great. Just everything just feels. There's no sharp spots on here. It's just you're not gonna feel that any time of the day. At least not for me. Feels so good. Oh yes, it does. Let's get in it. Here we go. Gosh damn, already 13 minutes. Sorry guys. Here we go. This is the top five. This is the top five. Man, the handle feels good on this. The top five. The first one of the top five. I gotta throw it in there. It's my design. I know MBEDC, New Breed EDC, Kizer collaboration, the Gavel. I've got to throw it in there. Like I said, I know it's my design. But I can separate. I can separate. What am I looking for? I'm not. I can be unbiased. I can separate my connection to it. I guess it's just the overall function, the blade shape, the handle. It's just so it's comfortable in hand. Its overall functionality is great. It checks a lot of boxes. The reason why it's number five is it's the nested liners. They're not nested. I had them. This was like a bolster in my design, my original design. The materials. I wish there was a different combination of materials. The clip a little bit shorter. But really, I think it's just the combination of materials. It's T8s all the way around, and that's fantastic. The action is awesome. It carries well. It's a little bit thick, so that's another thing. With the nested liners, they bring down that thickness, but just the feel in hand, you can work. You can put it to work. It's not overly thin. That's another reason why I wanted the top five for these small knives. It's not overly thin. It can handle some tough tasks. I wanted to be built well, if it's going to be smaller. And yeah, so that's the fifth one. And like I said, I can separate a little bit. There's a very awesome knife, 154 cm on this steel. The Kizer Converse, I'm sorry, the Feist S35VN, the Opus was is what, CPM 20 CV? Sorry guys, I forgot about the steel. CPM 20 CV. Just in case anybody's interested in trying to find any of these things, I would like to let y'all know what the steels are. The NOx is Nitro V. The Sendy, I believe, is Nitro V. No, I think it's 14C. Oh, it is Nitro V. Sendy, Nitro V. The Bo, the Civivi Bo is Nitro V, I believe. Sorry, guys. I should have said this before. Where are you? Flipper tab, Nitro V. Okay. And then the Drift. Oh, you're gonna hide from me? Hmm? Nitro V on the Drifter. Sorry, guys. Okay, so back to the top five. Number four could be number one if it weren't for some QC, some fit and finish issues. This could be number one for just absolutely. This is the Boker plus Canoe, Joe Mangiafico design. Mangiafico, just a great design in my opinion. Just it's a smaller one of the smaller ones on this list, but it is built well. Just it's like a very useful blade shape. The tip is thin enough. The stock is a little thick, but it's just in all the right places. It's just great. You know, it looks beautiful. I think, you know, those accents. I don't know. I kind of wish it would maybe be a different color accent, but it works well. Still looks good. Something on the pivot that I just saw. But yeah, it's amazing. It feels great. Feels good for a smaller knife. It's nice. You know, we got the flat grind. I'm sorry, the flat. There's not really a flat on this one. There's a flat that helps you choke up on the smaller knife for the gavel. This one doesn't really have that, but you can still get in there. You can still choke up a little bit, and it nestles you in there. Feels good, makes you feel all nice and comfortable, holds you tight. The thing that keeps this out of the number one spot is the between the stop pin and the frame. Uh, it's not gonna get it. Well, there is a small gap right up there on this side, so it keeps the action kind of lame, but it's still great. It's still okay. I missed it. It's still awesome. So if it weren't for that, it'd be in the top, the number one. The third one, MKM. It's an MKM. I know. I just gotta say it right off the bat. The MKM Cellina. It looks awesome in my opinion. Those grind lines, shut your damn mouth. Lucas Burnley design MKM. M390, but you know that steel. I know, very snappy, sounds good. I don't know. I don't ever close with my left hand. That was a little weird, very awkward. But yeah, so snappy. That I put the little lanyard on there. It doesn't come like that. It's a little what is it? Big eye. That little tie bead. So this one, the action is great. The finish is awesome. It's just done so well. I really love how the fit and finish on this is great. You know, everything is soft. Everything, the design is just amazing. I like how they did this right here. So there's the jimping, and you're not really meant to choke up on slip joints because it can close on you. But with that jimping and the way this is angled, it's not going to close on you. You can still use that jimping. It's not going to let you close it on you. So it's that's just a very well thought. I mean, if they did that intentionally, it's awesome. It's awesome because you can still use it, still put that pressure, find that useful jimping. That's really cool, and it's just a nice design, very thin, so you can get in there and use it. I think I saw Patty, what's it? Something Patty. I'm sorry, your name is slipping my mind right now, but I watched his video on this and on YouTube. Just check out the MKM Cellina review, and you should find him. So, Patty Potato Peelers, I believe that's his name. So I watched his review, and he was putting it to work, and he liked it, and that's what like made me kind of pull the trigger on it, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. Next one, number two. Oh my goodness, this could be number one too if it weren't so dainty, but overall, just a fit and finish. This one blew my mind when I got it. I don't know, so awesome. The Wii knife Schism, the Wii Schism. This is S35VN, I believe. I like S35VN. Where are you? Okay, there. That's put it so minimal. Uh, Come on, camera. S35VN. I absolutely love this design. I love everything about it. Pretty much, I just love it. It's just dainty. That's all. I guess that would be the only thing. Talking about the blade shape, feels great in hand. Just everything is knocked down on this one. Also, just feels so good. I love it so much. The tip is very dainty though, so you got to be careful on this one. That would be the thing. Very thin tip. The thumb studs work great. I was a little worried about that because they're so small. They're very minimal. I mean, you can see they're just so small, but you get in there, the action is amazing on this thing. You know, I love it. It's not for everybody, I understand, but for me, this is it's. The other thing that is amazing about this is T8s all around on this little guy. T8s. That's just so cool. I appreciate the hell out of that. You know, I mean, yeah, you can see them, but I don't care. I think it actually adds to the design for me because it's got kind of a I don't know, just kind of futuristic, I guess. So like a futuristic industrial is that kind of a thing? I don't know if it is. I doubt it. But this is one that I was going to talk about. No access. There's no access on this, much like the Drifter, but they milled out that section, so it's perfect. And look at the little man, the jimping right there. I mean, sorry, the milling. That's so cool. That's very cool. I appreciate that. 20 minutes. Jeez, man, I'm gonna have to trim this or something, or just leave it. But this one is great. I love this. There's no designer on this one, unfortunately. But I just this one, it would be my number one if it weren't so thin. I don't know. It might be my number one. I think it is. But this was just before my collection got. I put my collection on hold for the Clydesdale. And I was going through it and I was like, oh man, this one is this 7? It's just under, and it still remains one of my favorites. So even if this one were to be number one, this one's close. This is the Artisan Cutlery Mini Orion. And when I found it, I was like, man, this one's just under. Okay, it's going in. And this one has remained one of my favorites to carry. As you can see, there's some schmutz right there. I was carrying it. I still put it in the pocket. Well, I carry all of these, but this one, for it being just before I started grabbing all this other stuff, checking everything out again, or checking things out again, still remains one of my favorites. A Cerberus design collaboration with Artisan Cutlery. This, I believe, was a White Mountain Knives exclusive. It's got the awesome milling up here. So this was like my first premium buy before everything. So this was my most premium knife for a while before everything, before the Clydesdale, and it's great. I really like that. As you can see how excited I get with these top ones. I'm that's why they're in the top 5. You know, it's great. I really love the action on this. It looks like a spear point, and it may be, but that tip is just below the pivot, just below. So it doesn't take a lot to get that angle, to get that tip down. That's what she said. Will this work? I guess that'll work. So you put it right there in this round, but whatever. So that is the smaller Ian. Just the action is incredible. Still remains one of my favorites to carry. The ergos, another neutral handle. I love the neutral handles. Stop to you right there. Feels good. It just lands right in there. The palm could use maybe a touch more, but overall it still feels fantastic. And it's nice, thin, but not dainty. So that's it, guys. I know what's going on. Long one. It's a long one. I tried to go fast, but I got excited at the end. Stumbled a bit in the middle, but try to get back on track. That's it, guys. I've been wanting to do these for a while, and it feels good to be able to share some more of my thoughts on some of these knives and why I like them, why I got them, why they stick around, why I enjoy carrying them. And maybe to give y'all ideas too, if y'all are starting your collections, if y'all are interested in any of these. Some of these are discontinued, so it might be harder to find some. But if anybody's following me, they might like or want to get my take on a few things and want to see what get some ideas. Hopefully, you get something from these from these videos that I'm doing, from these top whatevers. But that's it, guys. Appreciate y'all. If y'all made it through this, sorry to put you through all these 25 minutes. That's it. I hope you're having a great day. Whenever you're watching this, morning, afternoon, night, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, whenever. I hope y'all enjoying your families, enjoying yourselves. Y'all take it easy. Keep the pockets packed. Eat some awesome snacks. I'll check y'all later. Peace. Gotta hit that. Stop.